Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill, too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help you find options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Mom, Dad, I'm not throwing shade, but the whole New Year's resolution thing, kind of slipping, no offense. Anyway, my best friend Jenny's dad, crushing it. He uses Blue Apron. He says he ordered one-pan assemble and bake meals and these things called meal kits. They're all super easy to make. He keeps yelling, protein and fiber, baby. Also, the food, we tried it. So good. So maybe check it out or whatever. Blue Apron. Get $50 off your first 2 orders plus free shipping with code STIR50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands. Or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Good evening all and welcome once again to the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics with myself, Paul Hipkiss, Mr. Tally Jones.
Evening.
Our wonderful Claire Wheeldon.
Good evening.
Mr. Fixer Craig Courtney.
Good evening, everyone.
The man amongst the snow, Mr. Mark Meredith.
Good evening, all.
But hasn't built a snowman yet, I don't believe. Mr. Road Mark Adams.
Good evening, everybody.
Our main producer, Mr. Chris Brown.
Good evening.
Cold in there, Chris.
Freezing.
And at the 11th hour joining us, I'm delighted to say on fan cam for tonight, we have Mr. Sam Hubert.
Good evening, guys. How are we all? And girl.
How are you?
How are we?
All good,
okay.
Are you?
Yeah, living the dream, lads. And girl.
Just call me lads, it's fine.
Super.
Yeah.
There's only one girl on this show.
Make my life easier.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, Sam. It's been a little while, hasn't it, since you've been on?
You know what? I was literally thinking about this earlier. I think it was probably late 2018 when I was
really?
last on. Yeah. And now my doctor says I'm middle-aged. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had a full head of jet black hair when I started, so yeah.
And Robert just started his 15-year sentence.
Yeah, not a bad week all in all, really, for Blues. So we got basically Swansea away 1-1, obviously the 2-0 win, and Kyogo finally scores at Sheffield Wednesday away last Tuesday evening, and then another 1-1 on Saturday at home to Stoke. And not bad overall. 5 points from a possible 9. If we can carry on doing that till the end of the season for the remaining games, we may be knocking on the door for the playoffs. But yeah, I think for me personally, on Saturday, I was pleased on. I mean, even on Tuesday, I thought before we scored, it wasn't the best of games, but we got the job done in the end. But on Saturday, for me, I think we just lacked that little bit. We were a bit powder puff, weren't we, Saturday, and just lacked that little bit of sort of spark and those risks that you need to take to win games for me. And it just wasn't happening, was it, Tally, really, on Saturday for us? We scored a decent goal, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I think we struggled to just get that second one, didn't we? Which we probably, I felt like at the time we needed, even when we were 1-0 up.
Oh, definitely. I just think, I really thought we'd capitalise on them being like a patched up team because they had so many players out. But yeah, for a team with so many players out, they performed, didn't they? Really?
They did well, yeah. I mean, we're missing a few as well, though, didn't we? With Robinson and Damari Gray. Damari Gray's got in with a shout for player of the season. He's one of our best players, and when he's not playing, you can really tell. Obviously, we've had Kumas there, and we had Osman's debut there on Saturday, which we'll come on to. But yeah, we do miss Damari Gray when he's not in the team. He's one of our key players, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
And then as for last Tuesday, was you at Sheffield Wednesday?
I was, yeah.
Yeah. Give us your thoughts on. Yeah, do you agree with me? What I said, it was a bit of a flat game, really, wasn't it, until we scored?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems like a million ages ago now that game does. But first half it was just, I don't know, a bit like a lot of the away games. It's just been trying to get into gear, and then, as you say, the 2 goals that came along, decent goals, and we finished the game well.
Yeah, in the end. Were people getting a bit frustrated at Hillsborough, like, at 0-0? I think it was about 82 minutes when we scored the first one.
Yeah, definitely. Claire's nodding there. And Craig.
Yeah, it was frustrating, but my God, when the goal went in, it was just like total relief. But I've got to say, first half of that game, Barry Bannon, as much as I hate saying this, bossed it. Right?
Well,
whatever was said at half time, which to me was make sure he don't get the ball. That's what happened. And as soon as he was out the game, they had absolutely nothing. Yeah. Their goalkeeper made some great saves as well, during the game. But Kyogo, man, he can't score easy ones. But that was probably the hardest of the chances that he's had to put away, and it was a great finish.
Yeah,
it really was from an angle as well. So yeah, and I bet that was again proper relief when he scored, Claire, wasn't it, as well, when he finally got off the mark in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I've been waiting 3 months for an away win, so I could have cried. I was that happy.
I've got to say, I've got a 100% record. I'll just put that out there: 2 away games, 2 wins. So if anybody wants to give me tickets for every other game this season, then I'll make sure it happens.
Maybe it's just us who go every week that I'm working for.
I'm thinking about missing a few just for that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, honestly, it's been one of those times. But I mean, I agree with what you said. I thought the first half we were woeful. I think we made them look a lot better than they were. Agree with Craig. Barry Bannon just ran the show, unfortunately. I think Iwata had a bit of a stinker the first half. I think the whole team did, to be honest. We were on their back a little bit, and then when that goal went in, it was just pure relief, and we were just, thankful, really, went in. And then obviously Kyogo scored, and it still doesn't make up for everything, and he's still got a long way to go. I think because a lot of people don't forget the other 27 games. So, I mean, he's got 2 in the last month or so. So the only way is up for him. And then obviously Saturday, it just felt like an away game at home.
Yeah.
That's how we play. So if you haven't been away, that's what it's been like. And it's just frustrating, really. We just didn't have that cutting edge. I thought Prisk looked good when he came on. He put himself about a bit.
Yeah.
The thing is, for me, is Duck doesn't do enough for me. He scores a goal out of the blue.
Yeah.
But to me, sometimes I feel like he doesn't do enough. And I'm hoping that when Dimmy's back, I would play Roberts in the 10. I generally think Roberts could be, because especially if this Vicente comes in, I think Roberts could be a number 10. I think he's got the right attributes to play that. But I mean, if you said 5 points out of 9, we would have taken it before now. We've got a bit of a break until Oxford, which won't be an easy game. And I think that Stoke proved that even if some teams do have players out, that actually it's not an easy game in the Championship. But I do think that the new lads need to bed in. They need to get up to the style of play, the intensity, the work rate, and hopefully we're on the up, and we've got a bit of an unbeaten run going, and hopefully that will continue on Saturday.
I agree with your comments last week, though, Claire, and not playing a 10 and 4-3-3 with 2 8s and a 6. And you can put Big John when obviously Big John's up to full speed. I love him, by the way, what I've seen of him so far.
Oh, I think he's great. I think he's a Fabrice Muamba in the making. When he came on, it's like his legs go and his body just kind of goes with him.
Yeah.
But you can't have him and Pake. I think the one negative about Saturday is that he made the sub too early. You took off all the creativity in Doyle. There was no creativity in the middle of the park whatsoever. And I think that Solis is a good person to come on for Pake. I think you can't play both unless you do the 3 in the middle and you scrap the 10. Because he can drive you forward, and he's got something about him. I do like him. I think I would be happy if we signed him already, just after 2 games.
And we've accidentally created a song for him as well, haven't we, Claire?
Yeah, you can sing if you want.
Right.
She put on our chat, didn't she? She put on our chat at Sheffield Wednesday last week, Solace is massive. And I just replied with wicked.
Wicked. The Solace is massive. He is, because compared to everybody else on our team, honestly, I was just like, wow, he's big, isn't he?
He just
and then obviously Chris
everyone.
Came on, and I was like, blimey, we've gone up about 4 foot.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Sam, was you at Sheffield Wednesday, or were you there Saturday?
No, I got to be honest. I haven't been to many games this season. I've been primarily following the FA Cup from the very early qualifying rounds. So I'm actually due to go to next round. I'll be at Arsenal versus Wigan, following Wigan Athletic. They're probably going to get a good hiding, to be honest, from what I've seen. But no, I have caught. Speaking of big lads, I was at Halesowen Town versus Rugby Borough on Saturday, because we did a bit of a cup run with Coleshill at the beginning of the year, by the beginning of the season even, and the goalkeeper for Rugby Borough was 6'9".
Wow.
And I'm a big boy, and he towered over me. He was a unit. Yeah. But I haven't actually seen much. So I completely missed the game on Saturday, to be honest. I haven't even caught the highlights for that yet. Because since then I've had the video editing. We had Nick Clitheroe come down from the BBC as well. They've done a piece on us that's going out in the news in a few weeks' time.
You need to explain us to everybody about that as well, Sam.
Okay. So obviously, what me and me 2 friends have been doing, it was an idea that came to us back in May, to follow the FA Cup from the extra preliminary rounds all the way through to the FA Cup final. We did a video where we kind of explained some rules if anybody wanted to go ahead and do it themselves. So the rule that we kind of set was you either pick the team that starts in that round that's closest to your house, or the match, if you want to kind of blend yourself into it a bit nicely. So now, because I'm no longer technically a Brummie, I live in Hinckley in Leicestershire. Me and my 2 friends decided to start our journey with Nuneaton Town. I don't know if you know much about Nuneaton. They're a club that folded a couple of years ago due to some off-field issues. And it was their first time playing in the FA Cup as a new entity. And it was also the 20-year anniversary from when they reached the 3rd round and played Middlesbrough as well. So I thought perfect, great club to start with. They played Coleshill. Coleshill beat them. We then followed Coleshill for a few games. They went down to Pershore, just outside of Worcester. And then had a home game against Worcester Raiders. Then they got drew against Hensford Town. I don't know if you've seen what's been going on at Hensford Town or anything like that in the last year or 2. They're a football league club ready and waiting. It's step 7 of the pyramid system. It's a phenomenal setup. Some of the stuff that we seen behind the scenes there when we went down was almost Championship Premier League quality, to be completely honest. And it's easy to see why Hensford beat Coleshill 7-0, to be completely honest. Then it was at that point when Nick from BBC originally got in touch with us to come and follow us for a game. But the draw has just not been kind to us ever since. We've been down in Essex at Billericay. We've been up to Spennymoor twice, which is about 20 miles south of Newcastle. And we've also just been to Wigan and also Preston, where Wigan won last time out as well. So but it's been fantastic, unbelievable journey. I highly recommend anybody going to do it. And I've just completely fell in love with non-league football this season, to be honest. It's wholesome, isn't it? It's just real characters, real people. Every time we go down to Hensford, we're pretty much local celebrities. Same with Coleshill Town as well. But it's just real people that have, the club at heart. Yeah. The one thing I will say though, I was speaking to a couple of Coleshill fans on Saturday that do happen to support that lot over the expressway. And I think Coleshill beat Birmingham. The kids basically in the Birmingham Seniors Cup, and a few of them took a bit of delight in that. But they got to see the new £1 million coach that we've heard so much about, and it apparently is a finger beauty. They've got a kitchen underneath all the seats and everything. So the one thing you can say for our players is they're definitely being looked after by the club, 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's exciting as well to see Tom Wagner in town, the weekend. And obviously, I presume, hopefully, he's going to be staying there until the transfer window closes and heavily involved in any more signings that we're trying to make over the next week. And it's exactly a week in 15 minutes until the window closes as well. But and
just to go back to the Sheffield Wednesday game with Kyogo as well, like he's probably scored the hardest chances had all season, but I feel real like sad for him, to be honest, because I remember the opening game of the season. I remember watching it at home because I had work early the next morning, to be honest. After that, and I remember he had that goal disallowed after about 10 minutes where he's wrongly flagged as being for the foul, if I remember, where he's basically hooked it over the keeper from 25 yards. There's also had that chance where he's hit the post. Yeah. He then obviously scored in the midweek against Sheffield United in the first round of the League Cup as well, didn't he? Yeah. And I just don't know what happened to him since then. It's almost like if potentially that foul isn't given, maybe we could see a completely different Kyogo. Yeah. Is a confidence player if you've ever watched him up at Celtic, he almost needs a bit of an arm around him, really, and to be known that he's the focal point. If you're investing a lot of money in a player like that, that's going to have little to no resale value, given his age, coming from the middle-aged guy, according to his doctor, you almost need to put your eggs into that basket. Do you know what I mean? And it felt very quickly that after 2 or 3 games of no goal, dropped and hasn't really had a look back in again. And it's easy for the fans to get on his back for it, but I don't know. I feel like he probably hasn't been given a proper fair rub of the green, to be honest.
I think in my eyes now, if we're playing one striker and that he's going to be Stano maybe as first choice when everyone's fully fit, then he's kind of, or it could be Prisk, obviously, but it looks like he's going to be the third cab on the rank now, isn't he? With Stansfield and Prisk ahead of him.
But Stano's been done interviews before where he said he's not his preferred role isn't a striker. He prefers to play from out wide on the left and cut it inside.
Yeah. We'll see how it all develops. When
obviously, you got Damari Gray that does that as well, don't he? So I mean, the one thing you can't say is that we don't have an absolute blessing of attacking options.
No, we do.
And competition's going to be good ultimately.
Yeah. Robe. Obviously, the game last Tuesday and on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, like we've all said, really. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday was just a relief because that was a terrible first half, wasn't it? It was absolutely turgid. But I mean, on some level, I'm glad for Beadle. He wasn't the best opposition, but he had a clean sheet under his belt, which I think is what he needed. I think Saturday again coming to Beadle, I think there's been a little bit of an improvement. I don't know if anybody else thinks that, but he was actually coming and catching the ball.
Man didn't box a lot more.
Yeah,
very vocal. I noticed that.
You come for the one. You come for the one and never got it, didn't he? He didn't call and the defender.
Yes.
But
I mean, like I say, it was not. To be honest, first half it was zipping about all over the place. Both teams, I think, it was really good, sort of fast-paced start. Credit to Robbins because he's just like a master tactician, isn't he? It was a typical Mark Robbins sort of performance lineup. But we've got a bit of an unbeaten run going now. So it can't be too negative, can we? I mean, I like the look of Prisk. I mean, he just looks like he was buzzing to just get on. I think Wagner was superb. I think I think Chris said it on the group chat. He's like a little bulldog, isn't he? He's just. You
want about Kai now or Tom?
I want Kai. That is not Tom. But I think he was my man of the match. I thought he had a really good game. I think Cochrane's going to have a job to get his place back. I think.
Definitely.
But you can't be too downhearted. I mean, in all honesty, Paul, I think the atmosphere was shocking as well. Seeing the big crowds we're getting at home, the atmosphere is terrible.
It's about give and take, though, isn't it? You've got to give the crowd something to shout about, and we were getting the ball, and we just weren't doing enough with it. For me, we had a lot of the ball, and we were in their half a lot, but we just didn't have that final ball or that bit of quality that you need. I thought Roberts, by his standards, I'm not saying he had a bad game, but he wasn't up to his usual standards, was he? He wasn't in the game as much as he is usually.
No.
You know, he did take a kick though, didn't he, at some stage, and he was struggling with that for a little bit. But yeah,
I mean, sorry, Paul. I was going to say a quick word on the new boy Osman. I think he was rapid. He looked faster than Damari Gray, but I think he's wearing slip-on shoes. Some of his, he kind of, he was just. Hopefully, it's just first day nerve sort of thing. But
his first 70-odd minutes in English football, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Got to be nervous, you'd be a bit nervous.
The other thing is when you're pacey, it's sometimes when he's flat out, it's so hard to turn. Boots nowadays are not like they used to be. You know what I mean? They don't dig in the pitch anymore. You're just going to slide all over the place, as no doubt Mr. Meredith could tell us. But it'll be interesting just to see how he settles. But also, when Dimmy's back, he's at the moment his prime spot, isn't he? He's come through the door. He started his first game. He's got 70 minutes under his belt. He did all right.
Yeah.
If he carries on doing that, then Dimmy's going to find it hard to get in the side. Or do we move, as Claire's mentioned in the past, Dimmy into a number 10? I mean, there's a conversation for everybody as we move forwards, because our team at the moment is evolving, and if you want to go with out-and-out pace, then actually we've got opportunities to do that when Dimmy's back.
Yeah.
Mr. Meredith, what's your thoughts on that? You've coached Dimmy. Where is his natural position, do you think?
I still think it's the wing, but I think he's a creative, exciting player. So I think obviously the 10 could suit him as well. He's the type of player that needs to be on the ball all the time. He's not going to do anything, and it's probably obvious to say, but he ain't going to create a lot without getting the service. When he gets it and he's on his game, he really does go at defenders. I do like him on the wing. I think he can cross well. He can shoot from the cutting inside. But it'd be interesting, as Claire said, it'd be interesting to see if Damari or Roberts could go into the 10, because right now we just don't, with Williamson and with Dukes, we don't have any creativity in there at all. I'm still on the thing that Paul said earlier and Claire said last week. I'm still thinking 3 across the middle and then 3 up top. But I agree with Sam. I think we've got a really strong attacking line now. And there's 4 or 5 players you could call upon that's got some talent. It's just now getting service for them, isn't it? And firing them in there. And we'll see. Hopefully Damari will be back soon, because I do think we have missed his creativity in there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Question,
how many more points?
Sorry, Paul. Question for everyone. Going back to the midfield and Paik. I mean, does anyone think they take him out of the firing line for a little bit?
He needs
Because to me, he needs a rest. He looks like Dano did. He needs a rest.
He's exhausted.
He's got no influence.
When he went off against Middlesbrough, the 2 or 3 games we had were probably our best games that we've had.
Yep.
Now, do I rate Paik? Yes. Do I think he gives something to the team? Yes. However, there's been plenty of times where it's been so obvious he needs to come off, and Davies keeps him on. And now it's why is that? Because he looks exhausted. Literally, it's like against Sheffield Wednesday, there's been times against QPR and things like that. And I'm like, why haven't you taken him off? And I don't know. There must be something, because you take Doyle off and then he's still there. And it's like, I don't get it either. And I'd love to know why he won't take him off.
Yeah, I think obviously he just sees Paik and Iwata as such important players for us at all times, But yeah, I agree. At times he definitely does need a breather, and I definitely would have took him off instead of Doyle on Saturday personally, because the subs really didn't make that much of a difference, did they?
Also, what's happened with Kanya? He's literally not played at all, has he?
No. No, he's. I think he won a competition.
It's almost like, is it Bernard's son that I remember from back in the day?
Yeah.
It's like the man, the myth, the legend, ain't it?
Yeah.
Because I had a look at Kanya when we signed him, and he looks fairly exciting, but for whatever reason, he's just not given a chance at all. And I think it's a bit harsh to just not give him any opportunity. You can almost understand if he's bought him off a couple of times, but I feel like I see his name on the bench every single week, and he never ever comes on.
Yeah. I mean, at one point we had Williamson and Dux out injured. And if he was ever going to get an opportunity to be given a chance, he would have been there. But he was playing Stansfield there then, wasn't he? With Kyogo up front from the start. Mark Meredith, I presume you watched both games, mate, obviously over the last week.
Yeah, I did. Honestly, not very exciting, either of them, to be honest. No. I obviously watch every game on TV, just being where I am, and normally you can sit there and be excited with it, but it was time to go and put the kettle on and get back to the seat and not really miss anything. Sheffield won. I was in and out really because I was teaching at school, but I was getting most of the game. Started to get a little bit worried. I thought we were gonna probably end up drawing 0-0 and then have the frustration of that, but. Two well-taken goals in the end. I thought Dux could have been offside in the first one. We got stroke of luck with that, but we'll take it. And then Kyogo's was a great finish at the end. That's one thing he does do really well is he presses at full speed, and so he does, put the scares on defenders and goalkeepers really. Saturday was, I suppose, disappointing more than frustrated. I think we've been so used to giving the away team a go every time at home, pushing them back and really going at them. And I didn't really see that Saturday. I don't know if it was just a 3-week, third game in a week, and it was just a little bit of a tired one or what. But we didn't get to our full speed, especially at home. But overall, 5 points, 3 games. We're still only, we're 6 points off the playoffs. And you look at it, and if Wrexham hadn't scored 2 goals in injury time, it'd only be 4 points now. So, it's still really there. I feel like we can look forward more than backwards. I hope when I say that. But yeah, I just think, the Oxford game will be a tough one. Oxford went to Leicester and won on Saturday, so it'll be another tough game. As Claire said earlier, there's no easy game in the Championship. So if you keep picking up these 1 points here and there, then it's a bonus as well. So we just got to continue to push. I'd hope to see another couple of people in the transfer window, only because I'm a little bit worried about how many outgoings there's been, and injuries and suspensions and things that we have. I don't want to get to the February, March time and be as thin as we've been in the past, especially if we want to give it a good push. But I certainly think we're there and thereabout. And I think, if we can push through, we've gone through the hardest month now. We're always tired and poor over the December, January month. So I think hopefully now in February we can push on and really start seeing some positive stuff. And then, I wouldn't be massively disappointed if we don't get in the playoffs this year. I think if we can, get a stable finish in the top 10, then, give it a real push going into next year then. And it'll be interesting to see if he gives Davis another go next year or he wants a complete change.
Yeah. I think 1 defeat in 8 isn't bad. Obviously, there's quite a lot of draws in there, isn't there? There's only 2 wins, but, it's better than probably where we were at. The 8 games before that, I'll say, maybe.
100%. It's an improvement in it. And going back to Paik, I agree with you. I think he needs a rest. But I also think that if we do play with a 6 and 2 8s, then you may give him a little bit, in an 8 next to Doyle, you might say a little bit different. He won't have actually all the running he has to do right now as a 6. I think if Solis is in there and he's strong, might give Paik a little bit more creativity in the 8 then to be able to get on the ball and play it. But, he'll continue to pick the teams he's going to pick, and we'll back it and see what happens.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an exciting week this week. I think we're going to get at least another 2 or 3 players in. Now, obviously, what sort of caliber of player we end up signing, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, Vicente's heavily linked, so let's see what happens with that one. All we can do really is watch YouTube reels, can't we, and games in the Spanish league. But, a lot of players that we sign, I'm sure I'm not alone when I say I've never heard of them at point of signing. But then you can judge them, obviously, after probably a dozen games properly, I'd say. Give them 12 games, then have an honest opinion on them, because it can take time, can't it, for them to bed in and develop, especially when they're playing regularly as well.
I think that's the problem, though, Paul. Sorry, that we're not going for experience in the Championship, which I think that we need. We do need that. I think, years gone by, we've got people from the Premier League who have played in the Championship before, and I know the foreign market is good, but I do think that a couple of players, even Robinson, you can say he's got a bit of experience, and you can see that when he plays. But I do, we're waiting for these players to gel and bed in and things like that, and we haven't got time for that. For being honest, you know, we're going for players that some of them haven't played for 6 weeks, and you're kind of like, well, you know, are they up to the speed? You know, that Osman, was he playing? Was he up to the speed? He's obviously season ended a while ago. Wagner had to, I mean, he's got thrown in at the deep end, and thankfully he's kept up his fitness, but I would like to see somebody, you know, I would love us to take somebody from somebody in the Championship and be like, do you know what, we want him. We're going to go out and get him. But, I mean, this Vicente, I don't know, literally, if you told me half the players, I haven't got a clue where they come from and if they're any good. And then literally we all go from a video that somebody's made up on TikTok or something like that and go, oh, he looks all right. So, you know, to me, their actions speak louder than words. And when they get in a blue shirt, we will support you. And you've got to now show us, though, because your actions are better than I want to score goals or I want to do this and I've got pace and I've got this. Actions speak louder. Get on the score sheet, put 110% effort in. We'll back you.
Well, everyone looks good on YouTube, don't they? And the one that sticks out like a sore thumb for me was Cheikh Ndoye. I looked at him on YouTube and thought we'd sign Patrick Vieira.
And even then, we signed
He's still a legend.
Just to add to that on the market, the problem is, I think, with January transfer market is that it's a seller's market. It's not a buyer's market, unfortunately. You know, they pull all the strings. We don't have with the FFP stuff and whatever else, we don't have the millions and millions to go out and spend. So we can't just bid on, you know, anybody and say we're going to bring you in. I think we did that with obviously Stansfield last year, but I don't know if we've got that power to do that again just now. And Championship teams aren't going to give up their players to other Championship teams really right now either. Just where you are, you know, in the summer's a little bit different because you're building. But in the middle of the season, you ain't going to give your best player to your Championship rivals.
It's going to cost you a premium at least, ain't it?
Of course it is, yeah, of course. And
but we didn't really do that in the summer, though. That's the thing.
Agreed.
Agreed. I do think over the next 2 windows, we need to do a little bit of that. Do you know what I mean? Or get someone who's on the outskirts of like the Premier League, or, you know, we've got the World Cup coming up. And I'm sure that's why Leonard's gone. That's why Dykes has gone. So many of these players are going. So that's what I meant, kind of thing. I get that. I get that
100%. And I think, you know, it's frustrating it's frustrating that Bannon's gone to someone like Millwall, it looks like, when I'm not saying he's never going to come to Blues just because of the whole rivalry stuff, but he's the type of player we're talking about, isn't he?
100%.
You know, the Championship experience and quality that he has is the type of player we need to throw in there.
Well, sorry, Mark. Did I see that Hamer's available at Sheffield United as well for $6 million?
Oh, really?
I'd buy him.
Heartbeat. Yeah.
What's interesting is the mixture of comments across the message board this evening as we're talking about players and you know, there's a few that are already backing our, you know, new striker who come on for, you know, his little bit of a debut and went on to win, absolutely shed loads of headers, looked up for it, and was getting himself involved. I think, you know, there's also this, we seem to be buying young players, young talented players in you know, when you look at it in a foresight, that is long-term contracts with an aim for me of getting in the team, showing themselves, and do you know what? If we're not promoted, we're going to make a profit because we're going to sell them on.
And that's how we have to operate in this day and age.
We've got to look at that from that side of things. But also, I mean, the one disappointing thing for me is we're bringing in all these younger players, and yeah, it's great. You know, we're getting them on long-term contracts, but we've got players in our own young squad that are now beginning to really miss out on these opportunities. And, you know, we're seeing more of ours going out on loan than ever before. But then when they're coming back, they're not actually getting into the squad. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how they all bed. And, you know, Ollie Jones, good evening. You know, thanks for joining in the comments. You've spoken more on the message board than your old man has ever. But what he said is, Prisk looks a perfect prospect for our type of club. Can't wait to see him play more. And I couldn't agree more on that particular front.
Yeah, I think it's important not to expect too much too soon, though. If you know, I think even Davey said it himself. He does need time to come in and settle and adapt and adjust to the team. But first impressions were really good on Saturday. He came in and really put himself about. But I agree with what you just said, Claire. We need more signings like Roberts, Gray, Doyle. You know, these players are established championship quality players, and even above. I think Doyle and Damari Gray could be in Premier League teams as well.
But look at the difference. Who are the ones we're talking about week in, week out? And I know that you need to play to get experience.
Yeah.
I get that. But the ones that we keep talking about are the ones that have done it, been there and done that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but let's see what this week brings anyway, up until next Monday. See where we are in exactly a week's time. Obviously, we'll be on the show anyway. So let's see who we've signed and how many more players we've got through the door, and how we look to shape up for the rest of the season, because I do think we'll have a better second half to the season than we did the first.
Yeah. And I was going to say, Paul, I think it's proof now. We're not getting rid of Davis till at least May. I mean, people, saying on social media, he's got to. Nah, he's going to be here all season.
I want to get rid of him.
This noise, just because we drew at home. Wow. We drew at home. The world's come to an end, people. Let's all talk about getting rid of Davis again, because we haven't won. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. Back the guy, like the club are backing him. And I think the one thing is, Wagner most definitely is doing that. He is building a force for the future. And I think if we're being realistic now, Mark, you said it earlier, mid-table mediocrity would be absolutely fantastic this season. Build on that strength and take it forwards to next season.
Great.
The likes of Doyle and Roberts, we've got to see what's going to happen. I honestly don't think we will sign Doyle now.
I saw him on Saturday. It's the first question on my lips. I said to him, "What do you think about staying?" And he went, "Not sure. Not sure."
Yeah. He's got Premier League clubs that will, without fail, want him at the end.
Premier League player. Yeah.
And the Roberts side of things, I still think we'll get that done at £1 million. I think it'd be an absolute no-brainer. And they've always gone public to say they want 2 players per position. Yeah. However, with the likes of what appears to be Vincente coming in, and for what, if you believe everything you read, it's quite a sum of money, then actually, who then starts? And I like that predicament for Davis, because that's where he then has got to step up. And, if we're bringing in these players to go to the next level, as a coach, he's got to do the same. So it's going to be really tough for him in the second half of the season.
They might be in the same position. They may play in the same positions, but I think what we want as home and away is we want options. So, if you have got 2 right wingers, one might play better. Like Claire said, Roberts dropping into a 10 role doesn't have to be every game. It could be the right game that he plays in that position, and it works for him. Pake plays so many games. Solis plays the other games. It's down to Davis's coaching and how he sees the tactics and how he fits them in.
I think in today's game, subs, they're not called subs anymore, are they? They're called finishers.
Finishers, yeah.
And if say we start Stansfield and Prisk in one game and it's not quite working, then you got Dux and Kyogo coming off the bench.
Great option.
Yeah.
But then would Wagner be happy? He's paying 50 grand a week to someone to sit on the bench. I don't think that's going to happen. And I think this is why with Stano. Yeah, but I just don't think it's worked with Kyogo. It just hasn't worked, and I think they were wanting more than he can give. But like Stano, he will always play because the amount of money it was worth.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem as well, is that when you do spend a lot of money, the manager is under so much pressure to play them. Like this Prisk, if he's up, was he 5 million, 6 million?
6 million. Yeah.
So, back in the, we've signed some players for £6 million, and they were like, well, they're playing, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I think I think that Davis will have a lot of pressure on, well, why isn't he, if he's on 50 grand a week, why isn't he playing over?
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be pressure from above.
Multiple positions then. So, like, for instance, that Vicente, he's a right midfielder, yet we're still discussing the £1 million for Roberts.
Yeah.
So
I'd have both of them.
I think it happened.
They're both worthy of it.
You've got to fit them all in, haven't you?
It happened a little bit last year, didn't it? If we hadn't bought Stansfield last year in January, then everybody would have been happy with Alfie May, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Alfie had a great half of the season, and then it was when Stano came in, and David. Not saying that Stano shouldn't have started, but I mean he was forced to start really.
Yeah.
And that was the end of May, wasn't it, for us? Really, it was never going to go any other way. And I think that's again, as a coach, you always want the best players to. And a mix of players to be able to mix things up. But I mean, it's tough because you've got to sit in front of that player during transfer talks and, sell the club to him or whatever. You sell the easiest way to sell the club to them is you're going to be a starter, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not going to say, you're going to sit on the bench for the next 5 games and see what happens because they go, oh no, we don't want that. But
yeah. I want to mention as well on Saturday, it was very emotional actually before the game, watching the balloons release for Oppie and all the respects being paid. Myself and my daughter were standing there observing as well. And, I thought it was a great thing that was done for Oppie as well. And obviously in the stadium as well itself before kickoff, it was a fabulous round of applause for him, wasn't he? And wasn't it? And
video today as well that's been released by the club of the players and hearing the Oppie being sang, it kind of, on the day, the emotion was there, and you sensed it in people as well, because I think you could see it in the people that were around us, those that had watched him play, and you could see the difference in what they were talking about and how it was in comparison to the youngsters that had never seen him as a player.
Yeah,
but also credit to the club because we did that. We had the RP side of things. It was the Arthur Day, and that Arthur Day continues to build and raises such a massive amount of money for the NSPCC. So it's credit to the club, but also I've got to say, it's not very often you go to a game, and when there's a minute's applause, the ref stops the game.
Yeah,
that was just I know it was on the 6 minutes, but even to have that, the ball was out, and then for him to stop. And everybody applauding, I think it's absolutely superb. And it still now, brings kind of, hairs up to a standstill on you and stuff like that. So
I think that's a very new thing because I seen something very similar actually when I was at the Preston Wigan game a couple of weeks ago for the 3rd round. They stopped the game. I think it was in like the 64th minute. I think it was because one of Preston's head groundsman passed away. In the build up to the game, and the ball just went out of play. Just so happened to be on that minute, and the ball didn't come back in until the minute's applause was done. So I think that's becoming a bit more commonplace.
Do you think it's because in case like anything happens, so for example like a bad challenge or a goal, or because at least then if everyone stops, you kind of focusing on that minute. I mean, I think Chris Davis going, laying flowers for Arthur as well was really nice. I spoke to Hoppy's family, and they've just loved everything, like what the club has done and the balloon release, and it really touched you. I think when you saw all the balloons, I know Paul, I don't know whether it made you, but it made me choke up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I thought that was really, really nice. So
yeah,
well, he will always be remembered. He's in the Hall of Fame, and I'm sure there was a few beers at Swansea, Sheffield Wednesday, and this weekend as well for him as well.
I expected something on the 11th minute. Was it? And not that listen, I thought the tributes were great. I've seen them all on the TV and stuff. But after the stoppage in the 6th minute for Arthur, was there not meant to be another round of applause on the 11th?
We did sing it, but I think it was. I don't know what was going on. Then all of a sudden, I think people looked up and was like, "Oh, the 11th minute." Then there was a song.
Definitely. I was waiting for it to come on the screen up on the 11th minute, with Hopkins on it, and it didn't. And I just, So I think that was probably not. I think that was probably because a lot of the tributes were before the game, and then obviously they had
right before kickoff. Yeah. I mean, for me, standing there, Claire, I was just looking back, to be honest, to my childhood growing up, and like I said on the show last week or the week before, that for me it was I caught the end of his playing career really, and but I was stood right by Paul Tate as well that was there, and as soon as I looked at Tate, obviously who I remember fondly, it sort of like hit home that actually it's just such terrible news, and it's also sudden, isn't it? He was a Blues. He was a Blues legend, and you know, his memory and his legacy will live on forever, won't it?
He's what a Blues fan would always want to do.
Absolutely.
Like, do you know what I mean? As a Blues fan, you'd love to go over to there and basically tell them to do one.
Yeah.
And then you come back, you play, and then you watch them home and away.
Yeah.
That's the dream, isn't it? And he lived the dream.
He lived the dream. No, he did, absolutely. I mean, I do remember him as a player. Don't get me wrong, but you know, he was on the like you said before, Robe, that it's a shame he never got on at Wembley in the Lane Daft.
Yeah, mate. He didn't pick him in the squad, did he, Macari, that year? I remember that.
He was on the bench, Mark. He was on the bench, but he never came on.
Yeah.
He was like unused. But I said it the other week. But yeah, I remember being at Wembley and saying to my dad, I'd love Hoppy to come on, but he never quite managed it. But he, you know, he still got a winner's medal and had a good, you know, part of it. Like, but yeah.
There was a picture Saturday of Clarkson and Simon Sturridge as well, which obviously both played for Stoke as well. But I thought that's what brings memories back for me as well. Obviously the Hoppy thing and that, and it's like, man, they were the days, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Simon Sturridge was a good player, wasn't he? Very good, short. I mean, really small and fast, and you know, a bit like probably a better version of Kyogo, wasn't
he? Yeah.
It was Kyogo that could finish.
Yeah. The message board has been so busy this evening. So
let's hear some comments, Craig.
Read out some of the comments, but I mean, it's there's one here from Dennis Bohemia, and he said that when you think about football and actually our club, it's a business. The younger ones are for the future, based on the club financially, and you know, when you get promoted. And what he's also said is, and this is so true, Wagner hasn't made £1 billion business without planning for the future. So if you think about the way he's running the club and what he's done with all of these areas that he's turned around, it's very, very similar. Fraser Higgins, from what he's hearing, albeit rumour, Roberts wants a contract a bit longer than what we're offering. So that might be why we haven't heard of anything coming through on that particular front. Bill Mint, Doyle ain't worth $4 million and he's not Premier class. So really? I think actually there's a few people that may agree and others that will disagree on that front. Stansfield is a striker being wasted on the wing. Bill Minter here again. Davies is our problem, and I'm sorry, I can't agree with that one. But what I will say is, I think there's lots and lots of backing so far of the business that's been done, and it would be interesting, you know. And we'll do it next week when the window closes. But thoughts on our recruitment during the summer in comparison to what we've done in January? Because I think personally, January has been so far, on paper, a lot better, but we'll wait to see how that finishes.
Yeah.
Just a bit on that Roberts deal. It's because Sunderland are not accepting what we've offered because they've got an extension on his contract, so they see what we've offered as not enough. They see he's got a year and a half if they choose to go forward and give him another 12 months.
Right. Okay.
So it's the value of it. That's where it's different.
Yeah, it's way too early to judge this transfer window for me. I mean, I've only seen Priest play once. I've seen Osman play once. I've seen Wagner play 4 times. Been impressed with him so far, by the way. But, you know, he certainly looks a very good signing so far. So, yeah, you know, ask me in another month.
Mind you, I was going to say about Doyle, how nice is it to have someone who can take set pieces right underneath the crossbar?
Where's that come from, Mark? Where's that come from? Because I don't remember him ever doing that before Swansea.
Yeah.
Well, they tried something new, didn't they, at Sheffield Wednesday, where they had the striker like right at the back post.
Yeah. They did
Saturday, weren't they? With Stano,
it kept not working, and then all of a sudden this week it worked. Like Saturday, it worked with Stano, so they've been trying it.
We've come pretty mighty close, haven't we, to scoring directly off corners these last few games.
That's what I mean. They're pinged right in underneath the crossbar.
2 on Swansea, and then there was one at Sheffield Wednesday as well, right off the line with the goalkeeper.
It's like a new thing, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe Jonathan Grimes is a set. Maybe Jonathan Grimes is a set piece.
Legend.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
Are we still loaning? Are we still loaning Robe out to Sheffield Wednesday as well? Is that the?
I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Doing a mess.
Now Barry Bannon's gone. He won't go.
I thought that 50-50 show he was on the other week was like an interview.
I thought
In theory, it was, but then I spoke to Dan afterwards, and he said that he couldn't do it because he realised how rubbish he was. I mean, they're the ones that turned down the deal. I think Chris was ready to sign the paperwork and release him.
I'm still on our payroll. I'm not moving anywhere. Thank you very much.
He's got that much of a payroll, look, that he can't afford a new racer. So that just shows you how much he's being paid.
Yeah, I think we've covered the games pretty well there and all the incomings so far. We've had a couple of outgoings as well. I want to wish Alphonse Stamsted all the best at Go Ahead Eagles. I thought, he did a job for us when called upon, didn't he? He came in and did a job. He never really had a bad game, I didn't think. And also Luis Kumas has obviously gone back to Liverpool today as well. So I can't say I'm surprised at that one. Anyone surprised at that, really?
No, we weren't really given the game time, was he?
He's going back to Hull. I heard he's going back to Hull on loan, so we'll see how he does there.
Was he at Hull before then?
Oh, no, sorry. I mean, going back to Liverpool and going out to Hull.
Okay.
He was at Stoke before, wasn't he, last season?
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. What did you say, mate? Sorry, he didn't get much game time.
Yeah, he didn't start many games, did he? And ultimately, I guess from, talking about football being a business, Liverpool are going to be looking at their assets, if you will, that their asset isn't gaining any value at being at Birmingham at this time because he's not getting the minutes. So you can understand it from that point of view. And I mean, I wasn't particularly impressed by him myself from what I've seen. So I don't think it's any great loss, to be completely honest. But when I obviously seen he signed, I remember his dad playing for the Baggies. His old man was a bit of a player, weren't he, back in the day?
Oh, God. His dad was a great player.
But we've obviously never seen that.
His dad's the type of player we're crying out for now, beyond the striker.
100%.
That's what we need. Whether or not there's anyone anywhere that we could get to do that, but I'd certainly love someone of that ilk anyway, if we could sign them from anywhere.
Can Brian Hughes still play?
That'd be perfect, wouldn't it? Yeah, absolute dream of a player, wasn't he? Such a pleasure to watch it was. And obviously going back onto Alphonse Stamsted, when called upon, he came in at right back, he came in at centre back, he played left back as well at times. Certainly last season and this season for a few times as well when called upon, he did a job, didn't he?
Yeah, but it almost feels a bit of an injustice as well that he, we've been without Sai Samuel and Laird for good chunks of the season. He's been playing Iwata at right back when you've got another right back available, and I just don't see the logic behind it. If anything, if you're Alphonse, you're almost just looking at that going, well, I'm just not going to get a game at this football club. What is the point of me being here? You'd just be frustrated, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I do think though, Sam, that Iwata at right back has been better than he was in central midfield this season. Since we put him at right back, I do think his performances there have been better than when he was in midfield. That's just my opinion.
People can't grasp him now. You see, when he's playing in those positions, what you're seeing is he's making the darting runs as well as being able to get back and defend. And it's kind of when he was in midfield, he was really static across that midfield space and pushing forwards. So you rarely saw him come back into a defensive position. But it's the opposite way round now. Not only is he defending well, but he's bombing forwards. Putting goals away. He's getting himself into positions where, look at the weekend, the defence were not expecting what they got. They just didn't expect him to come in and nod it in the way that he did because he was making that run. So
I'm not saying his performances in midfield were bad. Sorry to interrupt. I'm not saying his performances in midfield were bad. I just think he's had more of an impact on games from right back.
You can't have Iwata and Pate playing.
No, I agree, Claire.
I agree with
you can't
Claire.
have it. I'm sorry. You just can't.
Too slow in the midfield if you've got the power of them. And
Iwata slows it down. He goes back. He goes back sideways and backwards. And when he does pass the ball forward.
The longer you stay alive, the longer you can enjoy Boost Mobile's unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. So here are some tips. Do not parallel park on a cliff if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not mistake a wasp nest for a piñata if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with a price that never goes up. Do not microwave a hard-boiled egg if you want to enjoy an unlimited plan with the price that never goes up. Stay alive and enjoy unlimited wireless for $25 a month forever with Boost Mobile. After 30 gigs, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
We actually create, and I wish he did more of it, because actually he's quite good at doing it. But like the other day, he slowed it down, then everyone stopped, and I was like, come on.
Yeah. No,
it's very common for players from that part of the world as well. I think looking back to Ji-sung Park at Man United, there's one thing you can always guarantee from players from South Korea, Japan, that part of the world is they're grafters. They work their socks off and they will run themselves into the ground every single game. It's why I've been quite excited about that direction that we've been going in when we touched into that market last year and beginning of this year as well. So again, going back to Kanye, shame we just haven't seen any of him, because there could be, we're talking about Brian Hughes, Jason Kumas, that kind of stuff. That player could literally be sat in our ranks, and we just haven't even had the opportunity to look at it yet.
Yeah, true. Tally, I'm going to bring you in now, mate. Obviously, anyone out there that might be considering paying for hospitality at the club on a match day, I know you was in the chairman's lounge on Saturday, weren't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, give us your
little prawn sandwich eater over here. Look,
fair share of them. That was good. Really good.
Yeah, give us your ratings out of 10 on food, service, and was you drive? I take it you weren't driving.
No. That's
quality of food, quality of service, and quality of your surroundings out of 10 for each of those three, please.
Yeah, I mean, I think I told you before, I've done quite a bit of corporate there in the years gone by, and mate, it's unbelievable now. It's
the difference. I've done it myself in the past as well. And the experience in the past was good as well. But
decent food, but this one's more like, I wouldn't say Michelin star, but it's along that lines, because Glyn's involved with it. It's the levels are up there. But no, great. Out of 10, the food, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. So really? Tally, can you describe it really slowly? On cloud nine. And
you just want to
just imagine being there. That's all.
Just some pictures. Now, and the service, I think, I'm not digging them out, but we was in the Jewel as well recently, and you spend all that money, and you wait. And it sounds really bad, but you're waiting like 10 minutes for a fork. And you're just like, your food's there, but you can't eat it. So I think it's the same as what's in the stadium when you go and get your pie and your beer. They give them a day's training, I think, and then expect them to be able to perform. So, look, not knocking. It was good service there, but they could improve on that side of it.
Yeah.
I'd use my hands, Tally. I would if I was waiting that long.
Yeah.
We're from Birmingham, mate.
Come on, it's only a Balti pie that you're cutting up with a fork rather than picking it up with your hands. We all know, really.
But no, look, it's a million times better than what it used to be. I'll be honest with you. The food is exceptional. This time round, it was a friend of mine that invited us up there, so.
Yeah,
kids were in there. My wife was in there. We had a great time.
Brilliant. That's good to hear. So, anyone considering splashing the cash on that for any future match days, you'd recommend it then?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
How much is the hospitality packages at the Blues these days?
There's 3 levels. There's 3 levels, isn't there? There's the sponsors one, which I think's the Sports Illustration sponsored lounge. It has around about. Don't quote me on this. About 375, is it?
Is that called Club 111 now?
That's the one. Yeah. And then you've got the Jewel. No, you've got the Garrison.
The Garrison is the old Jasper Carrot Lounge, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And then you've got the Jewel. The Jewel's more like more fine dining.
Yeah.
12 as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You want it like the mid, like between.
That's like
the peasants and then trying to get up there. You know what I mean?
Then we've got road that we send to McDonald's
style, isn't it?
And obviously the benefit of the 12 lounge is you sat right behind Robe as well in the padded seats.
Yeah. There you go.
No. You said padded seats there. You mean padded walls for Robe.
Well, yeah, thanks for that, Tally. It's good to know, and it's good to hear that obviously that sort of hospitality that we're doing is at sort of premium level now.
Yeah.
It's going to take longer to get it like this on the pitch. Obviously, you know, we need to accept that. I think we've been given so much, haven't we, off the field that's of a sort of premium level, if you like. The match day experience is a 12 out of 10 now, whereas with the previous owners it was probably a 4, weren't it?
Yeah.
You know, people were
to be honest, I remember one of the last games I went to, which was the I mean, it was a while ago now, the Bradford semi-final last season.
Yeah.
As I was very much of the I'm not going down until the old ownership are gone. So I literally, I think we played Brentford in the February of 2020, just before the COVID. And I didn't go back down St Andrews until that Bradford game, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I almost got emotional. Just
yeah.
Like I remember going in there, and people that know me will know how much I used to have a moan at the quality of the beer. And obviously walked in there, and there was like Cruz Campo, like actual good lagers that tasted good. Order on kiosk, I had it within a minute. Pie, back to Balti. Chicken Balti, the pucker pies. Sounds, what more do you want? You know, if it is going to be like mass cooked kind of thing. I mean, the one thing I've learned from our journey that we've done so far is food at non-league is a million times better than any football league ground that's going. It's almost cooked to order, ain't it, as well? Whereas this will be like mass cooked. But yeah, it was just it's so much better experience for the fans down there now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I mean the fan parks outside the stadium are rammed from like midday onwards, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and it's lovely, and you know, I almost feel a bit sad now that it's almost a bit difficult for me to get a ticket, but that's the choice that I've made. You know, good luck to the fans that have been there, but you know, when I do go to a game now and people are like, oh, you haven't been for ages, Sam, you know, where have you been? It's like, well, I was there when we lost 8-0 to Bournemouth, and you know, pretty much 40 games a season where we was finishing 18th for about 3 years on the bounce. So, you know, we've done our time, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, just some of the little things we've introduced as well. You know, the DJ in the stadium has made a massive difference for me, and you know, obviously we had him on the show recently. You know, DJ Marky B, but that slow rendition of "Keep Right On" right before kickoff, you know, it really does hit. You know, it just hits the emotions, doesn't it? Doesn't matter how many games we play or how many times we do it. It just puts shivers down your spine every single time, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, people. Sorry. I'm not as important as you, but no. People say about the
Mark Tooheys. I'm Mark 1. Craig's got a shirt.
Chris, can we mute Mark 2, please, and let Mark 1 speak?
No, go on,
bro. Carry on, bro. Go on.
I've lost my train of thought now.
It's not hard.
Oh no, sorry, no. I was going to say, you know, people say about the like the razzmatazz of all the fireworks and all the rest of it. I actually really like it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I think it adds to it, and it's so warm. I mean, honestly, it's so warm in the Gilmore.
That's how he gets his heated.
That's what I'm getting at. No, it does add to it. It really does.
Me and my daughter have a right laugh before kickoff every game, and we've got a little game going on called Where's Bo Brummie? And literally, she says to me, Where's Bo Brummie? And sometimes it takes me 5 minutes to find him. And he's right in front of me in the stadium, but I just can't see him. You have to keep looking around everywhere for him. So play Where's Bo Brummie in the next game and see how long it takes you to find him. Because sometimes he goes hiding. But anyway, sorry, Mark Meredith, you was going to say?
No, mine's a little bit boring now. I was just about to say, I haven't been to a home game since 2014. So I think, you know, I've missed a whole lot of changes. I obviously went to the stadium last year when I was in town, just a stadium tour and whatever, and I was amazed by that. Seen them play at Wembley last year, but
forget about that one.
Yeah, seriously. I'm surprised you could see it, actually, Mark, with the amount of vodka that you drank. I mean, I'm surprised you can remember anything about Wembley.
I didn't. No, that was the good thing about the day. I didn't see anything. Did we win?
If that's going to be how we play when you turn up, Mark, then stay over there, man.
I'll stay over here, yeah, for sure. No, 100%. But no, I'm actually excited. It was crazy last time because we were due to have a home game when I booked my last flights, and then international week obviously took it out because even though we were in League One, we had too many players that played internationally. So I will get there at some point back to a home game. But no, I actually enjoy. I watch it on the TV I don't miss a game, obviously. And I enjoy watching it. But I mean, you can never change that being down there, can you? No. Even in a crap game, like it's still the whole Saturday of going to the games and whatever else. So
it's just a strange feeling when can you just imagine, like, you know, those of us here that go regularly, you know, 3:00 Saturday, and you're anywhere else but at the ground when they're playing. It just don't feel. Yeah, I can't imagine it.
I think the difference for us is that it's the 9 a.m. games here in Texas, so you've still got a whole day ahead of you once it's finished. You know, sometimes if it's a 12 o'clock game, it's a 6 a.m. here, so like shit, I have to get up again. But I mean, you do get up, and then you've got if you lose, you got a long day ahead for sure.
At least you got the bonus of being drunk by midday, though. You know what I mean? So there's a bonus.
It's a good excuse for it. It's a good excuse for a Saturday for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say though, like when you go down the football, I think when you go regularly, especially when it was around that 2019, 2020 period for me, when I was like, I really can't be bothered to do this anymore, but you still continue to go. It's almost like a bad addiction, isn't it? That you have difficulty kicking, but as soon as you get out of the routine of going, and trying to get back into that routine is just as hard as well, because you commit to so many other different things outside.
Yeah, definitely. Good evening to everyone on YouTube, by the way. Chris, have we got any comments coming in on YouTube?
Any part of Wembley fans?
Okay. What do you think of the atmosphere Saturday? Our fans were quiet at times.
Yeah.
It was quiet.
Totally agree. It was quite flat.
Yeah. It was just a reflection of the game, though, wasn't it? You know, it's
Going back to the food. The food around is wonderful, pricey, but worth it. With Tom Wagner financing yet another mass player dash, CD has to step up now and find the right combination to go on the run of form we've already been on. It's on.
I've got to agree with that one. I mean, that will be interesting, but go back on what Claire said. A lot of players coming in a short space of time who have got a bed in. So, I firm believer in not expecting miracles to start off with.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He goes on to say Tom is truly our Messiah.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He's. I don't think we could possibly ask for a better owner, could we?
No.
You know, he's. He's an absolute genius of a man, and long may this sort of roller coaster that we're on carry on. You know, for hopefully a long time to come.
And they're not just backing the men. Let's not forget. I mean, the women's transfer window has been phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
The players that have come in, and you go to the weekend, great 4-0 win down at Pompey, where you're seeing a player that was brought in the summer, Sari, scoring a brace. Then we've got our new player coming through. She's gone on to score as well on a league debut. And Lily Cosway as well scoring. So to come away with a 4-0 win down there, so it's not easy. We continue on that realm of form in the league. Also, announced now that the ladies' FA Cup game will now be televised on TNT Sport. It's 5:15 on the 21st of February, so Saturday evening. Let's get as many people down there as possible to show the support for Amy and the girls in a game against the lowest ranked team left in the competition. But then you look at the way that can go forwards afterwards, and some of the big teams are still in and around. So we get through this, we can really pull out a big draw then against the likes of those teams towards the top end of the Women's Super League. But also Sunday is really important. Nottingham Forest at St Andrews, 2:00 kickoff. We're going to get as many people down there. I keep on saying it. I sound like a stuck record, but come down, watch a game. I looked at the stats the weekend. 1,700 people watching on YouTube. You look at them when it's on YouTube when they're playing at home, and there's normally over 1,500 watching on there as well. It's £6 for an adult. It's only £3 for a kid. Come down to the game, try one. If you never come back, hey, you've tried one, you've seen what it's like. But I've got to say, from an experience point of view, that when you come down, it's not very often you don't see faces returning. So please come and back Amy and the team Sunday, 2:00 kickoff. Tickets are available via the ticket office. Get down there if you possibly can. The men are away from home, so I know for those people travelling to Oxford, it's tough to also do a Sunday as well. But if not, come down, support Amy, and then the FA Cup game, watch out for ticket details that will come up for that one. Because we want to get as many people in front of them cameras. Don't want St Andrews empty all the way around when it's on TNT Sport. Let's show them what a true spectacle we can be. And look, still go for it. We've still got second spot in the league at the moment, 5 points off top spot. Charlton to play, I believe, the last game of the season. So it could be really interesting to come down to that. Gaming points over, gaming hands, over the team in third. So we can really stretch away and begin to nail this top 2 spots. And let's not forget, top 2 teams promoted automatically. Third gets an opportunity via a playoff game. So why can't we do it this year? But please come down, back the ladies. And when the FA Cup comes up, let's get down there and support them as well in regards to that game.
I think you'll see more down there if they do get to the WSL, if they get to the Premier League.
Always the case, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the standard average gate down the Blues ladies?
So average, you're talking between 12 and 1,400.
Okay.
Now, if I look at the last game of last season where it was down to that game to who got promoted, they were just shy of 8,000 in the ground. It's possible for people to do. And I know that was a game that was given to season ticket holders as a freebie. But look at all the incentives that are there for clubs. So schools and clubs get the chance to become sister clubs with the Blues. And what that means is then there are incentives and lower price tickets to come to games. So it's not always about what we're paying, but what can we bring and the youngsters that are coming through. But also, it's been proven that we played a pre-season friendly against Liverpool, and that pre-season friendly against Liverpool had 7,000 there. So yes, the attendances in the WSL, if they get there, will go up. But actually, do you not class people then as being glory hunters because of the fact that they're only going down to watch the big teams? I just want to see people there week in, week out, and it's affordable. Watch out, and like I say, get involved with the incentives. Come down and just back them for one game and see how you carry on. But rest assured, I'll be there on Sunday. We'll be there for the FA Cup game as well. And just come down, come and say hello and get as many people down there as possible.
Mm-hmm. Tally, you watch the women at all?
Been a couple of times, but again, when as a family we go on a Saturday, it's a big ask to go on as well. Yeah. So we do watch on the TV. When the dinner's been Sunday roast is being cooked, it's on TV. So
Chris, we got the Who and the.
Here we go then. Right, are you ready? Stand by your birds. Here we go. I think it's quite an easy one.
I've got a good relationship with the lads. Yeah, building that trust up during pre-season and the advice I've given them, not just physically during pre-season, but I'd like to think the experience I've got from my playing days is I can help them out there on the pitch.
That's quite a long one, that one, isn't it?
I don't think he was at Blues when he had that interview, was he?
He wasn't. Correct. Yeah, I believe he did go on to do a bit of coaching.
Sounds like a Yorkshireman.
Good.
Anyone got any ideas?
Play it again, Chris.
Okay, here we go.
One more time.
I've got a good relationship with the lads. Yeah, building that trust up during pre-season and the advice I've given them, not just physically during pre-season, but I'd like to think the experience I've got from my playing days is I can help them out there on the pitch.
That's a good one, that is.
I thought I sounded a bit like a Geordie.
Yeah, Geordie, Mackham sort of.
He's that side, isn't he? Yeah.
Fraser Higgins has said he's in Gaza.
Which is weird because we've all just said sounds like a Geordie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was Did he play for Blues?
I'd like to think so.
Well, yeah.
Generally, the Who.
The game.
The Blues show.
No.
Blues
No. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Go back to
Caddis.
No, he was a Scot, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely not Caddis.
Bill Mint said, "Is it Nigel Cleghorn?"
No.
I was just
He
about
played
to say.
over 40 games, I think. Over 40 games, Blue.
Did it?
You know how far back, Chris?
Right, we're talking between 2007 and 2011.
Oh, okay. Has he been on the show?
No. Be a good guest, actually.
So it's not Martin Tyler?
No.
So he played 40 odd games between those years. So that's not many, really, is it?
Not really, no.
Oh, I got it. I know.
Right.
Who is it?
Do you want me to say it? I was going to let people have a go. I know who it is.
I'm have a guess. Oh, no. I don't know. I was going to say Stuart Parnaby.
Yes, it is. Yes, correct. Stuart Parnaby.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he was like Stamstead, wasn't he? You know what I mean? He came in and did a job when he had to.
Yeah.
He was a better player than Stamstead, don't get me wrong, but in the Prem, when we called upon him, he came in and did well, yeah.
Yeah. Middlesbrough, was that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Smoggy.
From County Durham.
Tell you what, the show's just got 1,000 times better. We can't see Mark Adams anymore.
He actually looks a bit like Robe on that picture, McFadden.
Yeah.
See, mate.
Not as ugly.
No, we can't.
No, we can't hear you, Mark.
Oh, never mind. That's the end of his career.
Now, I'm going to go.
The transfer's gone through early.
I don't know where you are, Robe, but come back in a minute anyway.
If you really want to.
I'm going to go a bit earlier on predictions, Craig, because we've got this new Super 3, haven't we, that we're doing? So
we haven't. No, do you know what? He's not here. So we won't tell him who's top of the table. But no, thank you to those 41 people that joined in the first week. I will be posting details of the upcoming 3 games. So we're going to keep it Midlands-based as much as we possibly can. So we have got Blues Oxford. We've got Portsmouth versus West Brom. And Walsall Chesterfield is the 3 games for this week's prediction. So remember, correct results is 2 points. Correct results and correct score is 5 points. So as you go through, we're keeping tally. And at the end of it, we may well have a little bit of a Tilton Talk prize. Along with it's not a winner.
I love the way you said then. We're keeping a tally. And I love the way
we're keeping a tally. Do you like that?
I think somebody's trying to butt in by saying, by reminding us who's.
Can't hear him.
Very well.
No, I can see a mouth moving, but I can't hear anything. Must be really bad connection in Coventry. Cut him off.
Can you say me?
What?
Who said that?
What?
Go on then, Mark. Come on, Robe. Tell us.
Who's top of the league?
Hang on a moment. I'll tell you.
You sound like one of them up the road. You celebrate Christmas in July.
So yeah. Top of the table is Mike Reedy, followed by Andy Turner, Ray Hobro, Lana Courtney, Carly Cook. We've got Gary Walker, Ollie Jones, Mike Hill. And finally, Steve Lewis, Sally Courtney, and me. Because we're discounting people from Coventry. So, the person that's actually top of the table shouldn't be there, should be barred. But, Road, you cheated.
How have I cheated? In any wake of life, how have I cheated?
You've
asked me to make a guess, and I made a guess.
Okay, 0-0 for every game in this one then, Road. Yeah. Well done, Mark, actually. I will say it is quite tough to not only predict a result, but to predict a correct scoreline as well. You did it with all 3, so that's pretty impressive.
Bloody hell, you want to start doing Super 6?
Yeah. I know, I should do, really.
Yeah. But yeah, no, can we put the table up as well? Or I know we probably can't do it here and now, but should we put it up? Can we put it up on the page after or something?
Yeah. I'll jazz it up a little bit and put some details up. And what I'll do is I'll put the top 10. Or should we just keep it to 2 automatic promotions and playoff spaces? So we'll put the 6 up there just to see how things go. But yeah, the link is be up there. Doesn't matter if you didn't play last week. because we could all get it wrong and you could get them all right and take over at the top.
I
So
didn't know.
if you haven't joined in and want to, watch out for the link. Doesn't cost anything and it's a good bit of fun.
Yeah. Should we still do the Blues game at Oxford prediction though, just for a bit of fun? So I think we'll win at Oxford 2-1. Okay. Chris?
Yeah, I think we'll win as well. I'll go for a close 1-0 to Blues.
Okay. Another clean sheet, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
Mark Meredith?
Yeah, I put 2-1 actually on my my 3, so
okay. You done it already?
I done it, yeah. Ain't messing around, mate. I'm 6 hours behind you guys.
Well, in the case of all of us now, 6 hours ahead.
yeah.
And 8 hours in front of Mark.
Yeah.
Rob?
I was going to go with you, Paul. I was going to say 2-1. To be fair, I think we'll win, but I think we'll concede. So yeah, 2-1.
Okay, Craig.
I just think we'll just stake it, same as Chris. I think I'll go for a really hard 1-0.
Sam?
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Okay.
We're not great away, so...
No, we're not. Yeah, so just hope this Sheffield Wednesday wins, give them some confidence, though. Yeah, Tally?
2-1.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can be a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill, too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help you find options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or personal loans, help is here. More and more Americans turn to credit cards to get by. National Debt Relief is helping qualified clients reduce what they owe. For many, continuing to struggle making minimum monthly payments could take years to pay off. National Debt Relief has already helped over 550,000 Americans reduce their debt by negotiating directly with their creditors. When you call, you'll be amazed at how much you can save and how quickly you can become debt-free. If you want off the debt treadmill, visit nationaldebtrelief.com today. You don't need to declare bankruptcy, and you may qualify for significant debt relief. To find out what savings you may qualify for, simply visit nationaldebtrelief.com. That's nationaldebtrelief.com.
Claire?
Well, I've already done mine as well. So I think I put 2-0.
Okay.
I'll double check now.
Any sort of win will do, whether it's 2-0.
Yeah, anything.
Any goals, just as long as we score more goals than them, that's all that matters.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, this has gone quick tonight, isn't it? We're nearly at the end. So yeah, we've got Paul Robinson joining us next week on the show as well. I'm delighted to say we'll be joined by the one and only Robbo as well for next week's show. So do tune in for that. And those of you that haven't subscribed on YouTube or liked our page on Facebook, please do so. There's also some good fun stuff that comes out now and again, isn't there, Chris, with all the sort of caricatures that you do talking and things like that?
Yeah, there's a few. There's tons of stuff on YouTube. I think there's over like 800 videos, something like that. So there's something for everybody.
Yeah, and even like if you look back 6 years now, this year, you know, myself and Nick at the time, you know, it was just me and Nick then, wasn't it, doing them on Zoom with some of the former players.
Yeah. Now I was looking at, if anybody wants to look at a real classic, there's a really good one with Skip and the horse.
Yeah, that was good.
You were on that. That is a classic interview, and there's some fantastic stories on that one. So if you go on YouTube, have a search for that one. That's brilliant. That is.
And Claire, I can confirm, yes, it is correct. You did go with 2-0.
Okay.
Did you not?
I hope you're right, Claire.
I did it ages ago. Can I just say, Chris, obviously, if you can put this on socials, that'd be great. I had a meeting at the Blues last week. A lot of it we've talked about before, to do with the atmosphere, part of the matchday experience team. I did put it on X, and it went a bit wild, and the OSC. And it's, how would you change the halftime experience? What would make you get back to your seat in time for the second half? and how can we make the atmosphere change in the second half? Because what we're finding is, and I know a lot of my friends do it and I do it too, where they leave 10 minutes before to go and get a pint.
Yeah.
And then I've already said, I'm not going to lie, if you're outside in the Tilton, you've got no idea what time it is. And then all of a sudden we're kicking off. So it's just different ideas. It is a struggle to get onto the pitch, to do things on the pitch, but is there other things that you can think of, even for the kids to do for 15 minutes and things like that? Is it a countdown on the TVs when we're about to start? But I actually thought the weekend that everyone did get back quite quickly, unless I was just late. But it's any ideas? So, Chris, if you don't mind putting that on the page, and then I can take all the answers to the next meeting, please.
Has anyone mentioned bringing back the shed?
We did that. We managed to do the shed.
The week it came back.
I was one of the people
brilliant.
that got the shed back. We worked hard for that shed.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for people is getting through all the queues, isn't it? To go to the loo, to get to the bar.
Yeah.
There's only half time's only 20 minutes, and it can take 20 minutes to get to the front of the queue just for the ladies.
Well, technically, when he blows his whistle, you got 15 minutes from the time he blows his whistle to the point where they're back out again. So it is difficult. I mean, I know in the Tilton it's hard where I sit to then get to the ladies, to then have a drink, to then walk back.
Yeah.
Trying to get through everybody is a nightmare, but it's just different ideas. I think a lot of grounds are struggling, and, within that first 10, 15 minutes after half time, we do struggle. And it's about getting the atmosphere back up. Is there a song that we need so people know that we're coming out? Is there something like that? Is there stuff on the pitch or stuff on the screens that we want to see more of? Or
here's a suggestion: when the players are coming out in the stadium, it's obviously the tamper, isn't it, for the second half? So why not play that through all the kiosks as well, so everyone knows?
So everybody knows, because I mean, if you're outside so like where we are in the Tilton, and you're outside by the club shop, you've got no idea what time it is. Generally, you could be out there for 20 minutes, and all of a sudden you look at your phone and you're like, oh, we kicked off.
Or you bump into someone you went to for ages, you get talking, and before you know it, 10 minutes of the second half's gone.
Somebody dictates to me that you either choose to go to the loo, or you choose to go to the bar. You're not going to be able to do both. You're not going to do that.
And it's having that, trying to get people to buy a drink, trying people to buy stuff, but then get back in, and it's really difficult. So just any ideas that we can give back.
Claire, there's some on the message board for you already. Dave Twine said, close box the box earlier. Have two-way system on passageways from Dave Twine. I think that's also a great shout. And Ray BCFC Orton, this one concerns me a little bit, but he did say, can we have a stripper running across the pitch?
We're not allowed to do anything on the pitch, apparently. So we all thought of loads of ideas, but they love the pitch, don't they?
Maybe down the blue outside, down behind the hoardings.
Problem is that you'll probably end up slipping over like half the players did anyway.
I think that could work, playing the tamper for all the speakers. We've got all the speakers everywhere, haven't we, in the kiosks and in the fan bit outside as well, where they've got all the lights up, by the shop, in the sort of cop corner, isn't it? So that could work, so people know when the tamper's being played, that they're coming back out. So it's like, I better get back to my seat.
I've got to say as well, though, talking about half time and stuff, there's the service in the kiosks so much better, and I think getting better every single game at the moment, both outside as well, before the game and at half time, and inside, getting served so much easier, and the quality of what you're getting from a drink perspective and also from a food perspective is also 1,000 times better. So well done to the club for listening to all the feedback and getting it done. And half time, hey, don't forget to watch halftime scram. Tally is here. Ollie's been on the message board like mad this evening, but Ollie does a great halftime scram like mini pod. So please give him a follow on YouTube or across the various socials.
Let's get his page shared. Should we get his page shared on the?
Get his page shared, and not just that. Hey, Chris, let's get Ollie on. Let's get him on here.
Get him on, Claire, just say the people on YouTube like quite a lot.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Can we get Claire on a cheerleader's outfit at half time?
I'd pay.
As long as if it's blue and white.
Yeah.
Can we just say though,
Rob, would you be up for that as well, Rob?
No, I was going to say limited to Claire. If Robe goes on,
I was
everybody
going
will
to say,
lose.
I don't think I could do it with Robe. I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face.
No, but I could do it.
He would look better than me, and then the cheerleader's outfit would be gutted.
Nah, I'd be a good. I could do a good Britney Spears or something.
Yeah. I believe it's a special day. I believe today's a special day as well for some of our mothers, I believe. Claire, do you want to go first?
So it's happy birthday to my mum for Wednesday. So, she travels up and down the country with me. So happy birthday, mum, for Wednesday. You're only 21. You look fabulous for 21.
Happy birthday, Jill, for Wednesday. And Tally, I believe it's your mother's birthday today. Is that right?
It is, yeah. I've got a race from here now to go see her. So, yeah, she's, I won't say how old she is, but yeah, it's a birthday today. So happy birthday.
21 again, Tally.
Yeah. That's the one.
Do you follow the Blues as well, Tally, or?
My mum does, yeah. She's behind me.
Oh, does she? Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah.
Great. Claire, Pete Taylor has said, as you're getting towards the end of the half time, why don't we play 4 minutes by Madonna? And then, literally, as they're coming on the pitch, play 21 seconds to go by So Solid Crew.
Anything.
Yeah, anything to remind people to go back to their seats, or anything to keep them in their seats so they don't want to go anywhere.
Well, the players need to start performing as well, though, don't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, works both ways.
Yeah, I do think the ex-player interviews are good, though. I think Richard Goulding does a great job, doesn't he, on the mic? And
when you can hear them.
Yeah, when they get the star of the day out. I think that's improved, hasn't it, recently? I think I could hear Simon Sturridge loud and clear on Saturday, and I can't remember who it was before that. I remember the horse coming on recently as well, and I think we've had Robbo out there as well.
Yeah. So
that's worth sticking around for as well, isn't it? To hear the interviews.
I think the best half-time idea I have seen is Pete Taylor's, where he said, "Get a random person to shoot from the halfway line, and if they score, they get the remainder of Tyler Roberts' contract."
Love it. Right, I think that's a wrap, isn't it, Chris?
It certainly is. Yeah, great show that was. Good show.
Well, thanks everyone for
checks in the post.
Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you again next week with Robbo. So we've been the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by AMG Logistics. It's good night from me, and it's good night from Mark Meredith.
Good night, all. Oh, and sorry, it's been a few months since I've been on before. It's a good night from me, and it's a good night from Craig Courtney.
Hey, and stay warm, Mr. Meredith. I know out in the States at the moment it's not very pleasant, so stay safe, stay warm. It's a good night from me. I'll hand over to the one and only person with the best beard, and that is, Tally.
It's a good night from me, and a good night from Mr. Robe.
Cheers, Tally. It's a good night from me. Thanks everyone for coming, and I'll hand you over to Sam.
Thanks for having us on again. It's been a pleasure, and I will. Is there anyone else to hand over to? Maybe Claire.
Yeah, thanks. It's a good night from me. Safe travels for those going to Oxford, and it's saving the best till last. The one and only Chris Brown.
Who?
Oh, it's me. Hey. Yeah, it's a good night from me, and keep eyes on everybody, and I'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Mama G.
Happy birthday, Joe.
It's going to be my birthday Sunday.
Is it?
Oh, the best people born in January.
Happy birthday, Sunday, Mark.
Happy birthday, Sunday, Mark, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm older than Doc was in Back to the Future now. I can't accept that.
Yeah, you need to go back.
He knew that one, isn't he?
Mad. He's big. Look at his big bushy grey hair in it and everything, man. And he's younger than I am now. There.
You're talking about Mark Bowden,
42. I'm going to be
42.
I'm going to be 42 on Sunday. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm 42 this year.
40 to 47 for me has flown, man. When you consider we've been locked up for 2 of those years as well.
Right, Ben, you 50 this year?
Hey?
You 50 this year?
Yeah, I'm 15 April.
Oh, yeah. Crikey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're not.
I am too, so yeah.
No, I don't believe that.
Thank you for making me feel young
I
again.
need to see your birth certificate. I wrote that wrong.
Yeah, he ain't got one of them.
Well, he has, but he stole it.
I was a test tube
I'm
experiment.
still 32 because that's what Nick used to always ask me how old I am.
Sam, am I right in saying that your parents run Alton bedrooms?
My dad does, yeah.
Your dad? Okay,
yeah.
Stuart, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Legend.
How are your bedrooms?
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning, honestly. Done a great job. Yeah, done a brilliant job.
I remember when he told me. I'm sure that's got to be about, again, probably when I was last on, weren't it?
Just before COVID.
Yeah, 2019 then, yeah.
Yeah, are we off now, Chris, by the way? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Everybody knows about your bedroom, Paul.
Yeah, the last time I saw your dad was sadly at Nina's funeral, obviously, Dave.
Yeah, so heartbreaking that was.
Yeah, I know, mate, I know. So,
I've got to fly all. I've got to go see.
Yeah, all right, Sally, mate. Yeah, no
I'm
worries,
going to
mate.
go.
Happy birthday. I'm off as well, peeps.
Stuff right there.
Trying to think last time when I saw him, actually. It was before Christmas. He spent Christmas over in Portugal this year.
Yeah,
And between work and doing what I'm doing with Parts Wembley at the moment, I just have little to no time, really. I struggle to find time to have a piss, to be completely honest, guys.
Yeah. No worries. Well, we'll get on then. Good. Have a good birthday on Sunday, Mark.
Yeah. Cheers, Sam. Anyway, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us on. I'm happy to come on again at any point. Just let us know.
Yeah,
thanks, mate. Thanks for coming on.
No worries. Take care.
Give my regards to your dad.
Yeah, we'll do, mate.
All right, mate.
All the best. All right.
See you later.
Have a good week, everyone.
Where's Rob gone?
I'm sort of here. I don't know where I've gone.
Don't go. Don't go, Chris.
I'm going. Bye.
Bye. You all right, Claire?
Hello. I'm in a different position today because Holly's tried to do the bulbs in our light and it doesn't work.
Oh, wow. Is it anything to do with having a dodgy electrician in there recently?
I don't know, but I've just messaged him saying she's using halogen light bulbs.
Go on, Mark.
And I don't know how to do it, so...
Was it one of them screw ones?
No, it's these. No, you can't say. They're like pins.
Oh, okay, yeah. It should just work.
I know, but...
What's Adam Wilkes done, eh?
Fucked it up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
This is well, he didn't do the one, but she's just done. But yeah, now I have to sit on a chair and actually concentrate because normally I have Sky Sports in front of me.
Yeah, we'll just blame Adam Wilkes anyway.
Yeah.
Let's just blame Robe.
Yeah.
Oh, what a week.
Huh?
Have you built a snowman yet?
No, but it's fucking cold, that's for sure.
I'm not gonna sit here and have any sympathy for that at all.
Ellen says I can have heating on next season. Whatever, isn't it?
We've got snow day till Wednesday though, so it's nice.
Nice. Always good working in education with a snow day.
What's happened to Robe lately? He's always last now. Used to be first.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's almost like he's got a social life as well.
I don't know. How dare he? Doesn't not know who we are.
Don't be silly.
You're trying to make it look like he's got friends, isn't he? By turning up late. And Craig's gone now as well.
Oh, I know. He's just said his laptop's playing up. So.
Oh.
Are we getting that Vicente? Because everyone keeps banging on about it.
Oh, I think so.
And they're like, we're going to offer him 50 grand a week.
That's what I've heard.
It's nothing, is it, these days?
He looks good.
I've never seen him play.
I watched him last night because I knew he was playing his last game for them. He's all right. He got man of the match, I think. He got a goal within the first 3 minutes as well, which is a tapping, but
it all counts. Yeah.
It all counts.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, here he is.
Here I am.
I saw his goal against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's coming over to this level, isn't it? From that level, I know the Spanish Premier League's good, but We'll have to wait and see, won't we? I wasn't too impressed with this Osman on Saturday, though. He reminded me of Viv Solomon.
No, I didn't rate him at all. I know you got to give players time, but...
Yeah, I don't want to criticise him too soon. He might, he might... I remember Darren Percy's debut and Martin Granger's as well, and they had a disaster, the pair of them, and they went on to be legends for us, so you've got to give them time.
Jogged too much for me. It was a bit like, it's all right. And I was like, hold on a minute, mate, we don't do that here.
It's just a bit second half, but I don't. The first half, you're right. I think he had to change his boots, didn't he?
Yeah, he had banana feet, didn't he?
Yeah,
should have scored as well.
Yeah,
just let you know, Paula. I think we'll have. I think Sam will be coming on. Sam Hubert, probably about 4:30.
I feel like I know him.
Sam on the fan cam. Sam on the fan cam. Almost rhymes.
Sam on the cam.
Yeah, Sam on the fan.
Fog on the time.
I'm getting there.
And also, I'll be slipping off for about 6:45 for about 5-10 minutes, just while I've got somebody trying to come in to fit a car seat.
Right, okay.
I can't do it. I've tried.
Does he want to come on the show?
He's a Blues fan, yeah.
Get him on.
Get him on, yeah.
He works at the Blues.
Yeah, get him on here, man.
Yeah.
He's a bit too shy.
Yeah, just take your join on your phone and take it out there while he's fitting the car, so we'll watch him do it live.
Oh yeah, that'd be really exciting for everybody. That would.
I'd watch it if I was a neutral.
Actually, I would as well. Yeah.
But I watch on TikTok some random stuff, and then Chris will come on, going, "I'm in a car seat."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm probably get thousands and thousands of hits.
Yeah.
Man United are pissing me off at the minute. I can't believe they beat Arsenal on their own ground.
I know.
Arsenal were just they're bottling it, aren't they? Again.
Two boldies, though, weren't they? Yeah. You wouldn't have.
Yeah. You can't do much about that. I mean, Arsenal to me looked a bit leggy because they played in the week as well, didn't they? At Inter Milan, whereas Man United ain't got any other games other than the league now. So I think that's obviously going to work in their favour to finish in the top four, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be. They're going to bottle it, aren't they? Man City will nip in again.
I don't know. There's a long way to go. Man City are not particularly perfect either.
No. As long as it's not them lot. I don't think them lot will win it.
If they both slip up and they keep winning,
they better not, because honestly, it's all I'm hearing, and it's driving me insane. That's all I'm getting at the moment.
They've got a good run as well, haven't they?
Oh, I know, and that's all I hear. Oh,
it's unbearable.
It's an unbearable.
It already is, Robe.
No. Well,
unbearable of us having to put up with Robe.
If you could give up for the rest of this season, going to any other Blues games, if it meant they don't win the league, would you do that?
No.
So you'd rather go to every other Blues game and they win the league than not, and they win the league than not and they don't.
Oh no, I'd rather never go to a game again.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I'd rather watch TV.
Yeah, I'd rather. It will be torturing my whole house, family. It'll be awful.
I'm more worried about them with not worried, but I think that they've got more chance of winning the Europa League.
Yeah. 100%. I think they've got that.
European Cup as they'll call it.
Yeah, 100%. But I said, they haven't even, to me, got their best squad that they've ever had. I don't even know how they're managing to do it.
Because of everyone else's downfall.
Yeah, the rest of them.
Just like Leicester, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, the likes of Man City are not the same. Liverpool are having a shocking season by their standards. Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham could be in a bloody relegation battle at this rate.
Yeah.
There's just too many teams that finish higher up in the league usually than what they'd normally do that are struggling. And obviously the surprise package has been the likes of Brentford and Brighton and teams like that being up and around there, and Sunderland. But even they're falling away now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Part of it's down to FFP as well, though. When you think about the teams, and like Liverpool, for example, they're just built in again. They've just done too much in one go, haven't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they've tried, and they miss Trent badly, they do. That player for them was so important, and when he's not there, you don't half realise or notice what they had there. I know he's not brilliant defensively, but he did so much for them going forward.
Is he going to Man City, do you reckon?
I wouldn't be surprised. Be a good move.
There's rumours, isn't there?
I wouldn't be surprised if he went back to Liverpool, though.
I hope Morgan Rogers goes to Madrid. I do.
I hope.
No, generally, I think he could play for them. I'm generally hoping that Jude
I hope
can
he goes
work
anywhere other than Villa.
Is that the rumour? Is it? I mean,
no, but I think he's good enough for them. I think that's what they're missing: someone to carry the ball.
Right? Are you growing your beard out or what?
No, I just haven't bothered shaving.
It's lazy.
I'm just trying to think if you're trying to disguise yourself to try and break out, because we'll just tell everybody who you are.
No. I'm just it's just laziness, to be honest.
We ready to rock, Ned? Ready to go?
Almost. Yeah. I'm just on the last one now.
Come on.
You've only got one job.
I think it's going to be a busy week with transfers, though. I think we're going to have
The deadline's next Monday, isn't it? At 7 o'clock.
End of the month. Yeah.
So it'd be a quick intro, all right, Paul. So be ready. I'll go.
I was born ready.
Unlike Robe.
No, I'm almost ready.
Okay, everybody, shut up, gobs. Here we go.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching your insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Did you know that parents rank financial literacy as the #1 most difficult life skill to teach? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app for families. With Greenlight, you can set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on your kids' spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn to earn, save, and spend wisely, and parents can rest easy knowing their kids are learning about money with guardrails in place. Sign up for Greenlight today at greenlight.com/podcast.